On May 10, 1869, the First Transcontinental Railroad was completed, linking the U.S. coasts. In your view, how did this achievement impact American society at the time?
The rail line united the vast American landscape, rapidly transforming commerce by slashing shipping times from months to a matter of weeks. It was pivotal, much like the internet today. The movement of goods and people became a catalyst for development, marked by stories of towns springing up almost overnight along the track.
That's fascinating. However, some argue it also disrupted traditional ways of life for many communities, particularly indigenous peoples. Would you say the benefits outweighed the conflicts?
Certainly, while it spurred economic growth, the displacement of communities presents a significant counterargument. For indigenous peoples, it meant losing sacred lands and traditional practices. It's akin to the digital divide today. Some benefit significantly while others face losses.
Looking forward, what lessons from the railroad's history can guide future infrastructure development to balance progress with cultural sensitivity?
Future projects could take a page from inclusive planning and seeking early engagement with affected groups. As transportation evolves, fostering cooperation rather than competition can achieve far-reaching, harmonious advancements.
Speaking of modern innovations, hyperloops are being touted as the next frontier in travel. Could you explain how this technology could revolutionize our daily commutes?
Hyperloops propose a radical change, where magnetically levitated pods travel in near-vacuum tubes, enabling speeds up to 760 mph. Imagine commuting between cities like NYC and DC in under 30 minutes. It's like compressing the vastness of land akin to that achieved by the railroad.
However, skeptics raise concerns about safety and high construction costs. Could these challenges stall its implementation?
Absolutely, there are substantial technical and financial hurdles. The infrastructure investment is massive, paralleling early railroad skepticism. Yet the potential energy savings and reduced congestion in urban areas could justify the costs if wisely managed.
If realized, how might hyperloops influence urbanization and the environment?
Successful deployment could decentralize cities, fostering growth of smaller towns. Environmental gains are substantial, less reliance on fossil fuels and reduction in urban sprawl's carbon footprint, paving the way for more sustainable living.
Electric vehicles, EVs, are another innovation changing how we interact with transportation. How are EVs poised to transform urban sustainability?
EVs offer cleaner alternatives by cutting emissions, vital for cities grappling with air quality issues. Imagine LA with clean skies. As battery technology progresses, they also promise lower maintenance costs and silent operation, reshaping urban noise landscapes.
Nevertheless, the infrastructure for EVs remains a sticking point. What about the challenges of charging networks and battery disposal?
Charging networks are indeed lagging, especially in rural areas. Yet, with strategic investment and innovation like solar charging stations, this is surmountable. For battery disposal, recycling advances are crucial, akin to how recycling initiatives were forged from necessity in times past.
Given these hurdles, where do you foresee the growth of EVs leading urban futures?
EVs promise integrated smart cities, blending seamless transportation with technological infrastructure. As adoption increases, cities might see new patterns of residential setups, less smog and more green space, signaling a paradigmatic shift in urban planning.
Autonomous vehicles, AVs, are also making headlines. How might they redefine connectivity in both rural and urban environments?
AVs could bridge accessibility gaps, providing seamless travel options in areas with limited transit infrastructure. Think of rural towns gaining easy connections to urban job hubs without the need for personal vehicle ownership.
There are voices cautioning about job displacement due to automation. Is this a valid concern for the future?
It's a legitimate concern. Automation could disrupt sectors dependent on driving. Yet, it also opens pathways to new fields, much like how technology has always replaced some jobs and created others, requiring adaptive workforce solutions.
With that in mind, what should policymakers focus on to ensure AVs benefit communities broadly?
Policymakers should emphasize inclusive transition strategies, fostering reskilling programs and ensuring policy frameworks that prioritize cybersecurity and ethical AI use. Looking ahead, comprehensive planning could enable a future where AVs inclusively connect disparate communities.